So today we will be discussing the opportunities after BTech about GATE, the GATE 2021 pattern, the program structure which we are going to provide you, and the keys for cracking GATE. So these topics will be discussed today. So let me start with after BTech what? Anyway, you guys are going to leave this campus in within 1 or 2 years. So have you ever imagined how your life will be when you're going out of this campus in 2021 or 2022? So majority of students may not be thinking about it. Some students may have thought about it, about job or about higher studies. They may have thought about it, but some students might not have it planned. So anyway, there are unlimited opportunities after BTech. After completion of your graduation, there are unlimited opportunities. Either you can go for a job or higher studies. Even if you go for higher studies, after completion of higher studies, again the end one will be job. So anyway, there are two categories, two paths you can choose. You can go for a job or higher studies. And if you are selecting a job, mainly there are three classifications which are coming under that: service-oriented jobs, product-based jobs, and government jobs. Three categories are there: service-oriented, product-based jobs, and government jobs. You might have heard about it, or some students might not. And while looking into higher studies, there are three options: MTech, MS, and MBA. Common options after BTech, students may be going for MTech or MS or MBA. So these are the options which are available. And looking into detail in job section, the first one which I said was service oriented jobs. So these are firms which do not have their own products. These firms does not have their own product. They provide services to another firms. So companies like TCS, Wipro, Cognizant comes under this category, and they have an annual salary about 3 to 7 lakhs. They provide an annual salary of 3 to 7 lakhs. So a monthly salary around 40 to 50,000 will be their package. So looking into these kinds of the job, there are advantages and disadvantages. Looking onto an advantage, if you are getting a job with a starting salary 40,000, it is a great advantage, because nowadays getting a job itself is very difficult. So getting a job with 40,000 salary is a good one. But considering that these types of jobs are less secured, if you look into it, these jobs are less secured because you can be easily replaced, because they are recruiting freshers every years. So they didn't want to give any salary increment, so that's why they are recruiting freshers every year. So it has advantages and disadvantages also. But on a starting scale, getting a basic around 40K salary is good one. So these are service oriented jobs. And second one which I mentioned was product based jobs. So product based jobs means companies like Apple, Google, Microsoft, these all comes under the category of product based jobs, because these firms have their own products. Companies that have their own products comes under the category of product based jobs. And the starting salary will be different. Around 1 lakh per month will be the starting salary compared to service oriented jobs. And these firms mainly recruit from IITs. These firms mainly recruit from IITs. So if you are wishing for a product based jobs, one of the ways to crack GATE. And if you are cracking GATE, you can go for a masters in IIT, and that way you can go for a product based job. So it has a lot of advantage: high salary, and there is no big office timing. You can work from home. Add-on advantages are there. So comparing with service oriented, product based is little more secure job. So Apple, Google, these all comes under the category of product based jobs. And third one which I mentioned was government jobs. So there are lots of government jobs such as ISRO, PSU, RRB, banking, army, SSC, IES. There are a lot of government jobs. But for each government job, you have to crack their own peculiar exams. You have to crack specific exam to get the job. So these jobs are secured, high salaried, but you need to crack their exams. So if you are preparing for GATE, there is a high chance for getting any government jobs, because PSUs recruit through GATE, and IES around 70% syllabus is same as that of GATE. And in whatever exam, there will be technical section. So this technical section syllabus is similar to GATE. So if you are preparing for GATE, a high chance for getting government job is high. So these are the various categories coming under job. And also there is a second path: you can opt for higher studies. But when you are opting for a higher studies option, you should also look into what will happen after 2 years completion of your higher studies. What job will you go, or what job will you get, what salaried job will you get. So it should also be taken into consideration. So as I told, there are three categories. After BTech, students are going for MS. So mainly for doing MS, students go for mainly MS is done in European or US countries. So in order to do MS in European or US countries, the exam which is to be cracked is GRE or TOEFL. GRE or TOEFL is to be cracked, and after completion of MS, you get a great job in Baba Atomic Research Center, GAIL, ONGC, etc. And some of the universities, such as NUS, National University of Singapore, universities in Germany, Munich, also accepted GATE score for doing MS. So if you have a GATE score, also around 500 colleges around accept GATE for doing MS. So after completion of MS, there are a lot of job opportunities, and starting salary around 60K, 70K starting salary can be achieved. So one of the path is doing MS. Second one which I discussed was MBA. After BTech, students are going for MBA also. So in order to go for MBA, you need to crack CAT exam. Without CAT exam also you can go for MBA, but to get admission in top colleges such as IIM, Indian Institute of Management, you need to crack CAT, because after completion of MBA, some students start their own organization, or some get job in as a business analyst or investment banker, all those. So if you do MBA in top colleges, you might have heard about PV Mustafa. He's a person who started Dosha Idli Batter. So he has passed from IAM. So qualifying from a IAM differentiate you from other persons who have qualified from other colleges. So to get a high salary or to start a startup, qualifying from IAM is a great advantage. And third one is MTech. After BTech, students are going for MTech. So similarly, if you want to go for MTech, you need to crack GATE. Without GATE also you can go, but in order to get admission in top colleges such as IITs and NITs, you need a GATE score. And add-on advantages is that if you are cracking GATE exam, you will get a stipend of 12,400. Monthly stipend of 12,400 will be credited to your account. So MTech is for 2 years, around 24 months. So every month in 12,400 will be credited in your account. So around 3 lakh rupees will be credited in the 2 years span. So if you are having a GATE score, you will get a stipend and also get admission in top colleges. After MTech, some continue in teaching or do PhD, some start their own organization. All those opportunities are available. Or even if you are doing MTech, you can write GATE exam again. And if you have a GATE score, you can go for a job also. Public sector undertaking are recruiting students who have cracked GATE exam. So these three options are available in higher studies. Now, while comparing three higher studies option, the best one will be to crack GATE, because if you are comparing three exams, GATE, CAT, and GRE or TOEFL, if you are comparing these three exams based on toughness, GRE or TOEFL, the questions mainly asked is from English, verbal, aptitude, etc. In CAT exam also the main component is mathematics, aptitude, all those. Whereas in case of a GATE exam, 70% is technical. 70% the question asked is from your technical, which you have already learned in your BTech. So it is much more easy for cracking a GATE exam. And if you are looking the competition level among these three exams, CAT, GRE, TOEFL, GATE, GRE or TOEFL is written by people all over Asia, because it is written to get MS admission in European countries. So people from China will write, people from India will write. So the competition level is high for writing GRE or TOEFL. And while comparing CAT exams, who all can write CAT exam? Any degree holder, BCom holder or BB or BTech. So the competition level is high for a CAT exam. But while comparing a GATE exam, it is for BTech or BE or arts science, but more precisely, it is branch specific. For civil, it is a separate exam. For electronics, it is a separate exam. For triple E, it is a separate exam. So competition level is less. And already you have studied the content in your 4 year span. So you can crack it easily. I'm not saying the other MS or MBA is bad, but you have an advantage if you are writing a GATE exam. So while looking into GATE, what is GATE, what is the pattern, while looking into that, so the GATE stands for Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering. and it is conducted jointly by IISc Bangalore and 7 IITs on behalf of NCB, National Coordination Board, and Ministry of Education. So the GATE exam is a CBT. CBT means that it is a computer-based test. GATE exam is a computer-based test, and every year in the month of February, the GATE exam is being conducted, and result is being published in March. Okay. So is it clear? I'm not getting any response. Are you able to understand what I am saying? Abhijit, Prince, Rahul.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So in
Yes,
every
sir.
month, February, the GATE exam is being conducted, and in March, the result is being published. So this year, the GATE is being organized by IIT Bombay. IIT Bombay is organizing GATE 2021, and previously IIT Bombay have conducted GATE exam in 2013, 2005, 1999, 1993, and 1987. 2018, 2005, 1999, 1993, and 1987, IIT Bombay have conducted GATE exam. So these papers can be analyzed to get the pattern in which the IIT Bombay is asking the questions in GATE exam. So anyway, IIT Bombay is conducting the GATE exam this year. So as I told earlier, the GATE score can be used to get admission for PG in India or abroad. And also the GATE score can be used for getting a job in public sector undertaking. And also there is an advantage. The GATE score have a validity of 3 years. It means that if you are cracking GATE 2021 exam, you can use it in 2021 or in 2022 or in 2023. So your scorecard will have a validity of 3 years. So if you are third year, means this year juniors can, third years also can write GATE exam. So if you crack GATE 2021, so you will pass out only in 2022. So even after 1 year also you can use that scorecard. So that's an important point to remember. If you are cracking GATE 2021, you can use within 3 years. So it has a validity of 3 years, but can only be used once. Means if you use GATE score for getting admission in a PG in IITs, you can't use that scorecard again for a job. So it can only be used once, and it has a validity of 3 years. So there are 27 papers for GATE, means for electronics, civil, EC, triple E, mechanical. So there are around 27 papers. We call it like that. 27 papers are there, and already the date has been announced for GATE exam in 2021 February. The exam starts February 5th, 6th, 7th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and specifically this brand specifically it will be announced after some time. So these are the dates which are being published by the IIT Bombay. So these are the dates for the GATE exam, and centers will be throughout there in India and also outside India. But according to the COVID-19 situation, it may get changed. It may. But as of now, these are the dates which have been published. And looking into the detailed dates, you can start applying for GATE from 14th September 2020. It means from next month onwards, next month 14th onwards, you can start applying for GATE. And the last date for registration is 30th September, 30th September. So within this period, you can apply for GATE in normal fees. The fee, I will mention about fee details in next slides. So within normal fees, you can apply between 14th and 30th. But if you fail to apply within this period, there is an extension period. You can apply till 7th, but the fees will get increased. If the normal fees is around 1,500, if you doesn't apply between this period, and if you are applying after that, you have to pay additional fees. Applicable if you are not applying in this period. So try to apply within this period itself. So from 14th September you can start applying, and the end date is on 13th September. And you can make any corrections if there are any mistakes, or you have to change examination city or category of paper to be changed. It can be changed within 13th November 2020. And after that, the admit card will be available to download on 8th January 2021. Next year, January, you can download the admit card. And already I have mentioned the dates. So in this date, any one of the dates will be your exam on morning or afternoon, any one time, maybe in morning 9 to 12 or in afternoon 3 to 6. So these are the dates, and your result will be announced on 22nd March. So as of now, this is the date which has been fetched by IIT Bombay, and hope it's clear. Now, while looking into the pattern of gate, the exam is conducted for 3 hours, and there are 65 questions. Carrying 1 or 2 marks. There are 65 questions carrying 1 or 2 marks, and the maximum mark is 100. The exam is conducted for 100 marks, 65 questions, and 3-hour duration. And looking into questions, there are 3 different types of questions asked in GATE 2021. So there are 3 different types or 3 different patterns of questions asked in GATE 2021. First type of question, this is very important. First type of question is multiple choice questions. So these questions means that it carries 1 or 2 mark. These questions carry 1 or 2 mark. But these questions are objective in nature and will have 4 options, out of which 1 correct choice. 4 options, out of which 1 correct choice. And if you are entering a wrong choice, there will be a negative mark. So the question will be having 1 or 2 marks, and if you enter a wrong choice, if the question was having a 1 mark question, and if you entered a wrong choice, then 1/3 mark will be deducted from your total mark. And if the question is having a 2 mark question, and if you entered a wrong choice, then 2/3 mark will be deducted from your total mark. So multiple choice questions means it will have a 4 option, and out of which only 1 option will be correct. So if you entered the correct option, then it's okay. If you entered the wrong option, there will be negative mark. Second type of question is multiple select question. So these questions also carry 1 or 2 mark and are objective in nature, have 4 option, out of which 1 or more than 1 choice is correct. So be clear about it. In multiple select questions, there will be 1 or more options that will be correct. So you have to select all those options which are correct, then only you will get mark. So if there are 4 options A, B, C, D, then there may be 2 or 1 or 3 correct answers in that option. So you have to select all those correct answers, then only you will get the mark. If you select the wrong answer, there is no negative mark in multiple select question. In multiple choice question, there is negative mark. In multiple select question, there is no negative mark. But to get mark, you have to select all the correct answer. Third type of question is numerical answer type. So these questions also carry 1 or 2 mark. And the difference is that there is no option. You have to enter the answer. This is numerical answer type question. For the question, you have to enter a numerical value as an answer. So suppose the question is 2 plus 2. I'm saying just an example. So 2 plus 2 equal to 4. This 4 is the answer. You have to enter the answer using the virtual keyboard available on the screen. So using the virtual keyboard, you have to enter the answer, and there will be no choices. If there is decimal points, you have to include that decimal points, and there won't be any negative mark. So hope it's clear. In multiple choice question, there is negative mark. So attend that question only if you know correctly, or else you will carry a negative mark. In multiple select and numerical type, there is no negative mark. You can short that answer. Okay. Now the second important thing which is to be remembered is that you can write 1 or 2 papers. Means GATE 2021 IIT Bombay has given some add-on papers. So you can select that paper if you are interested. If you are an EC student, you can select an instrumentation paper or a petroleum paper. If you are a AAA student, you can add on an instrument paper. If you are interested, so syllabus will be different. If you are interested, you can select 1 more add-on paper from the combination they have given. So you can select if you are interested only. The syllabus will be different. Better you stick to your own GATE papers itself, but there is a choice. You can choose 1 more paper if you are interested. And the third important thing which I have already mentioned, that the eligibility criteria is being relaxed. So the third year students can also write the GATE this time, and if you are having a GATE score, it's an upper hand. And fourth important thing is that there is no age limit for writing gate exam. Means your seniors can write, your super seniors can write, even my seniors can write, anyone can write. There is no age limit. So the competition will be high because there are a lot of students outside without getting a good job, working in a private sector, no proper salary. So they all are competing for cracking this exam. So you have enough time, you have touch, you have already studied the subject. So if you prepare well, you can crack gate easily. And all the application should be applied through gov site, and already I have told there is a 3-year validity, and I have mentioned that. So hope these all are clear. Any doubt regarding this? Anyone? Divya, Rahul, Sachin, Prince, Abhijit? Okay. Now looking to papers, as I've already told, there are 27 papers: aerospace, agriculture, electronics, triple mining, metallurgical. These are 27 papers. And also there are 3 other sections. This is not for you. This is engineering science. It can be written by mechanical students. XH means humanities and social science, not for you. XL means life science. Anyway, this your paper comes under this 21 category. And as I have already told, total mark is out of 100. Out of which 15 mark will be for aptitude and 85 mark will be your technical section, including maths. So this will be your split up. And I have already told, for electronics students, they can write an add-on paper, instrumentation or petroleum. They can write an add-on paper if they are interested. The syllabus will be different, not as of electronic syllabus. Syllabus will be of that instrumentation or petroleum. And if you are a triple student, you can write an add-on paper if you are interested.
Sir, is it petroleum or physics?
PH.
It's physics, right?
Sorry. Physics. Sorry. Physics. So you can write an add-on paper, instrumentation, or for easy students, it's instrumentation or physics. So if you are interested only, you can write. Means it's not a mandatory one or like that. If you are interested, you can write. And if you are cracking that, you can use that gauge score for corresponding studies. So this is the details of second paper. And coming to detailed marking scheme, I have told just before, general aptitude total marks is out of 100. Out of it, 15 marks will be aptitude section. Rest 85, around 15 mark will be for mathematics. Engineering mathematics will be carrying around 15 marks. Rest 70 mark will be your technical section. So this is the mark split up for EC triple students. 15 mark aptitude. Out of 85, 15 will be mathematics. Rest 70 mark will be your technical section, which carries 70 mark. So out of which, if you score around 30-35 marks, you can crack gate. Cutoff will be around 30-35. For triple it is little more high, 39 range it comes last year. So around 30 to 35 range, if you can score, you can crack gate. And another important thing which is to be said is that we cannot use our personal calculator while attending gate exam. There will be on-screen gate virtual calculator. So it is not easy as of our calculator. Okay.
Sir, the gate whole cutoff is 30 to 35.
Yeah. Means all cutoff. It is brand specific. It depends. It can be, means according to previous analytics, I told around 30-35. Triplets coming around 39, that range. For general category, for OBC it will be much more less. For SC/ST it will be much more less.
Okay, that 35 out of 100, 35, or that 70 out of
out of 100, that 35, not out of 70. Okay. Out of 100, around 35. That's a range I am saying. It depends on number of students attending, number of students securing more mark. The range can vary. So around 30 to 40, the cutoff will come out of 100.
Okay.
Okay. So as I was saying, there we cannot use our calculator. There will be on-screen gate virtual calculator. So it is not as easy as the calculator we are using. We should enter the value using the mouse by clicking the values. So it will be much more slow. So we have to practice this calculator in Play Store. There is available gate virtual calculator is available. So if you download that, you can practice that. And also our staff will familiarize you to how to use this calculator, how to type on this, because we cannot type all the step in a single step as we are doing now in our scientific calculator. So it is little more difficult, but so you should practice, then only we will get that speed. So it is the another important thing for GATE. And the application fee, the details of application fee. For female candidate, the fees is 750, and you should apply between the period 14 to 30. As I told earlier, between this period, the fees is 750. And if you are not applying in this period, there is a late fee, and the fees will be increased to 1,250. And for SC, ST, physically disadvantaged candidate, the fees will be also 750 within this period, regular period, or it may get increased. And for all other male candidates, the fees is 1,500 in regular period, and the late fee will be 2,000. So better you apply between this period itself. 750 or 1,500 will be the payment. And these are the documents which are required while filling the application forms through GOV's website. So your personal information must be given: name, date of birth, parents' name, mobile number, etc. Your address to be given, your eligibility degree BTech, your college name, so, and your GATE papers. As I told earlier, if you are writing only a single paper, that is enough. If more than one paper, instrumentation or physics, that paper to be entered. And you can give 4 choices for the centers. There are centers inside India and outside India also as of now. So you can give 4 choices according to your nearby locations. And you should upload your photo, your signature, and if you have, you comes under the category of SC, ST, scan copy of certificate. If you are having any physical advantage, that certificate, valid photo document, you can make payment using net banking or UPI, whatever maybe. So these are the documents which are needed while applying GOPS, means for GATE. So just brief through it, not much important. You will be having all those things. And this is the main important thing which is to be looked into, the subject wise weightage. So you can see the weightage of electrical and electronics students. So this is the previous GATE subject wise analysis. So as you can see that in previous GATE patterns, you can see that there are many core subjects, means for electrical, network theory around 10 marks, and control system around 9 marks, machines around 11 mark, power electronics around 9 mark, power system around 9 marks. So these are your core subjects which fetch you high marks. So it's not about briefing through all the subjects. It's about concentrating on the core subject and studying that 10%. So whatever questions coming from that core subject, you should attend it. So not about briefing all the subjects, and if any question comes, you cannot able to attend. So you should concentrate much on those core subjects. And for electronics, you can see that analog around 10 marks, signals and system 9 marks, control system 9 marks, EDC around 10 marks. So there are many common subjects for electrical and electronics, but the mark percentage will be little different. So these are the weightage from previous GATE papers. So you should be familiar with these, and you should concentrate mostly on that core subject. You should also look on other subjects also, but you should 10% you should look on that core subject. So looking into detailed syllabus which has been published by IIT Bombay, so it will be shared in your group. So for electronics and communication, there are 8 sections: mathematics, in which there is linear algebra, calculus, differential equation, vector, probability, etc. Then second section is network, signal and system. In those, circuit analysis, continuous time signals, discrete time signals will be coming. Then electronic devices, in that carrier transport will be coming. Then analog circuit, where diode circuit, BJT, op-amp circuit will be coming. Then section digital circuit, in those numerical representation, sequential, semiconductors, all those will be coming. Then section 6 is control system. Section 7 communication, digital analog communication, etc. Section 8 electromagnetics, where Maxwell Planck transmission lines will be coming. So it is not like you have to study all the contents which you have studied in your BTech, because the subject name is there, but you have to be familiarization with the syllabus. There are no need to study complete syllabus which is been in your BTech. So syllabus is little more different. So concentrate on those syllabus, because you should study with this syllabus only. Nothing out of the syllabus is being asked for GATE exam. Question will be asked only from this syllabus. And while looking into syllabus of electrical engineering, there will be max is common for everyone. Same topics will be there. then electric circuit, electromagnetics, signals and system, electrical machines, power system, control system, electrical and electronic measurement, analog and digital electronics, power electronics. So this is the syllabus which is being for electrical, and this will be shared in your group, detailed syllabus. And finally, looking into benefits of GATE, which I have told many times, but I will just brief. There are a lot of advantages for having a GATE score in placements in higher studies, MS, MTech, PhD. So around 500 institutes require GATE score for admission in MS. Around 60 public sector undertakings recruit students who are having GATE score. If you need admission in IIT, NIT, you need GATE score. You get a stipend of around 12,400, and GATE qualifiers are being recruited in ISRO, DRDO, scientist post. And also, if you are preparing for, you will become a subject expert. And there is also many add-on advantages like in placements or in interview. If you are having a GATE score, it differentiates you from other persons. If you look at, if there is an interview and 10 students are coming, 10 are BTech graduates, and if you are having a GATE score, the chance for recruiting you is high. So it differentiates you throughout your life for getting a GATE score, which is from IIT. And most important thing which I told was, if you are having a GATE score, PSUs, public sector undertakings, will recruit you. So there are around 60 public sector undertakings in India, and these 60 public sector firms are being divided into three. These 60 public sector undertakings are divided into three: Maharatna companies, Miniratna companies, and Navaratna companies. These 60 PSUs are being divided into three: Maharatna, Miniratna, Maharatna, Navaratna. So if you are having a GATE mark of above 70, if you can score above 70 out of 100, if you can score above 70, then you will be recruited in Miniratna companies, and their starting salary is around 8 lakh. 8 lakh annual salary is around 8 lakh. And if you can score above 80, and if you can score above 80 for a GATE exam, you will be recruited in a Maharatna company, and their starting salary is around 15 lakh, 15 annual salary. I am saying around 15 lakh, 15 lakh. And if you can score above 85, 90, 95 mark, if you can score, you will be recruited in a Navaratna company, and their starting salary is 20 to 25 lakh per year. Means that you will be getting a monthly salary of 2 lakh. You will be getting a monthly salary of 2 lakh. So it is a high time. You have around 6 months, 6 to 7 months for GATE 2021. If you prepare well, you all can crack GATE and grab your dream job. But for that, you need enthusiasm, means intense or eager interest from starting till end. Not like thinking on first day of class, like you must have imagined on first day or first year of your BTech life, that you will study from today, and same thinking is being continued on first day of all semesters only. So this thought is not enough. For cracking GATE, you should hard work from beginning to the end. So we all have heard many success stories. All success stories are stories of great failure. Helen Kendall, Shoichiro Honda. I am not motivating you. So giving a motivation will last for only 5 minutes. So there should be a self motivation inside you from starting to end. Then only you can crack GATE exam. So let me say one more things. The tips for cracking GATE in first attempt. You all are going to write the GATE exam for the first time. So there are 5 tips which should be considered for cracking GATE in your first attempt. And the first one is syllabus, which I have told once. I have already told you guys that nothing out of the syllabus is being asked. Or while looking into IES syllabus, it is different. While looking into another PSU syllabus, it may be different. So you need to study only from the syllabus. Nothing, a single word out of the syllabus, no need to study. So study only things which are in the syllabus. Second important thing which is to be done is solve maximum previous year questions, which will be done in our program. Our faculties will be teaching you that. So to know the pattern and type of the question asked, it is essential. GATE questions does not repeat, but the pattern is the one which is to be noted. So solving maximum previous year questions keeps us ahead. So we should solve maximum previous year questions to know the pattern, how the question is asked, in which section the more question is being asked, all those we should look. So by solving previous year questions only we will know that. Third important thing is core subject, which also I have told earlier. Concentration to be given on the core subject rather than briefing through all subject. 10% concentration to be given on core subject. And the fourth important thing is mock test. GATE online complete mock test to be taken mandatorily. So before writing the GATE exam, you should at least try once, even once. If you try more, it is better and good. So it makes us know how the pattern, how the question is being shown, how to answer that question. So you will get speed while writing the GATE exam. So you are writing it for first time. So taking a mock will make you familiarize how you should attend, how to answer a question, all those. So it is mandatory, and our firm will provide mock tests upon your interest. Upon your interest, if you are interested, you can attend our mock test. And last one is exam tips. And these exam tips means that there are a lot of tips to be known while writing a GATE exams, like tips like getting an answer without even using a calculators, avoiding negative mark, fast solving techniques. So these all will make you answer the questions fast and fetch you more mark. And these tips will be taught by our faculties in your classes, how to answer fastly without calculator, how to solve, how to find the answer without even using the calculator. This will be taught by our faculties in this session. So these are the important tips which to be considered while writing GATE for the first time and to crack the GATE exam.